870 Talk Show, a show about the beautiful, crazy, wonderful, amazing people of Northeast Arkansas and their very interesting stories. Stories of adversity, stories of triumph, stories of glory, stories of failure, stories that we want to tell you and that they want to tell you. On our show today is Carter Shelton. He's a young man. He's 22 or 23, we're not sure.
23.
23. He's tall, dark and handsome, successful, and he has a story for us today. Welcome to the show, Carter.
Thanks for having me, Eric. Thanks for having me, Sean.
It's good to see you, brother.
Yeah. What's the story you want to hear here?
Well, you know,
What do you want me to tell you?
I heard a rumor that you are someone who has overcome something, and that sort of thing inspires me a lot.
Okay.
I mean, let's be honest. We've known you forever, Sean and I have.
Yeah.
And we know that you went through a battle with drugs there for a while.
Yeah.
And, I mean...
Just tell you a bit about it.
I mean, it's a story, you know?
Take you on the journey. Alright, well, I guess I'll keep it short and sweet. Started out, it's probably about
That's a good place to start. When did you start? Where did you start?
16 years old. Well, yeah, about 16 years old. Was at a bonfire and took an Adderall, and I just liked the way it felt, and so from then on I was down to try some other things, and I'd just gone through like a little breakup that I didn't handle well, you know, emotionally.
Yep.
I wasn't emotionally mature or
Definitely
anything
been
like
there.
that about it at all, and did some pretty wacky stuff to cope with it, and drugs included. And that's what I decided I liked to do as a, I guess, coping mechanism. And it accelerated pretty quickly. It went from just, you know, an Adderall to trying other drugs, and then pain pills, coke and stuff like that. But what I really liked was the pain pills. And so that's what I got hooked on. And that's what I was seeking every day, and that's what I was spending all my money on, and that's what ultimately I was dependent on every single day of my life. That's what I had to have. Every day was you know, if I had stuff to do, that came after I found what I was looking, you know, found my fix and stuff. And
Life is reprioritized.
Yeah, oh yeah, priorities, I mean, family, job, school, all that takes the back burner to that real quick, and you will spend your last dollar getting high if you don't, you know, do something about it. And finally, maybe, I guess I would call it divine intervention. I guess.
Okay.
My savior acted, and so I got pulled over. On my way actually to church, ironically.
Yeah.
On my way to church, but I had some cocaine in my truck, and the cops found it, and I went to jail, and my parents told me that I could go to rehab or stay in jail for a little bit, and I chose rehab, and I'm glad I did.
Good call.
I met some good people there. I worked a 12-step program, you know. And what I will add about recovery is it's not the 12-step program, AA is not, that's not the only way to get sober. There's other programs out there. So if that doesn't work for you, don't get discouraged. Try something else. But I actually found, well, after I worked the program, I was kind of in sort of a limbo in my recovery. And I wasn't working the program actively, and I wasn't, you know, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. No, I wasn't doing any drugs or anything, but I wasn't, you know, serving my community and helping other addicts and stuff like that. And I was still on Suboxone, which is a drug that helps keep your brain, it fools your brain into thinking that you have opiates in your system so that you don't go through the severe withdrawal symptoms like sweating and vomiting, nausea, diarrhea, just all the cold sweats, insomnia, basically getting the flu, all that bad stuff.
They prescribe it as a way to
Right. They
Yeah.
wean people off of opiates that way, but it itself is addictive, and I've
is
been
crazy
taking it
to
for
me.
2 years. It's crazy. It's kind of, I mean, it has its purposes, but it is part of in industry of big medicine, and there's a lot of money to be made there, and
Which I think is kind of a crooked industry.
it seems to be, but.
That's another conversation.
It's another conversation for another time. But anyways, I was on it for 2 years, and finally I decided that, I mean, I'd always known that chemical dependence is a weakness, but I guess I just got to a point in my faith too, to where I wasn't, there was some sort of divide between me and God, and I couldn't get over it. I couldn't tell what it was, but some sort of emotional barrier keeping me from truly reaching out to him. And I realized it was the Suboxone, and so I stopped immediately, and I got back into working out, and I hit the gym pretty hard because I've gone through withdrawals before many times, and I know that there's a lot of ways you can handle it. You can sit on the couch, you can sweat it out and be miserable and bitch and moan, all that.
Those things I do anyway.
Yeah, well, right. Everybody does, but or you can get up and do something about it. Go work on your body while you're feeling bad. Go out there and try to
double down on
some of that. Yeah. And so that when you come out of that phase of feeling bad, you've already done some work for your body, and you're going to start feeling good.
That's beautiful.
And getting back into shape is already difficult. And if you knock those first few days out while you're already feeling bad, maybe you can, in a weird way, jumpstart into getting back into shape.
Okay.
And that's kind of what I did. I kind of had to shock my body back into shape, and because I wanted to get that Suboxone out of my system, and working out and eating better and stuff like that is a good way to do that. So, and I took that seriously, and since then I've been working out even more regularly than I was.
Heck yeah,
and I'm
dude.
feeling a lot better and clear-headed. Things are better with my family since getting off Suboxone. I'm way closer with God. I communicate with Him more often.
Good.
And there's not that spiritual divide anymore,
Good.
So
this has been about an 8-year journey, I'd say, if you want to call it a journey.
Yeah,
whatever adjective you choose to describe this.
I'd say more, I mean, I started experimenting at 16, 17, but I wouldn't say I had a full-on pain pill addiction until about 18. And so, yeah, it's been about a 5-year journey. And the last 2 of those being off of opiates. And so, I'm proud to say, I mean, the Suboxone did its job. Well, I say off of opiates, I mean off of illegal opiates. My doctor prescribed me the Suboxone, and it did its job, kept me off. I stayed on it longer than I would have liked, but it did keep me off of illegal opiates. And then when I weaned myself off of it, then I'm on nothing. And so that's a good feeling. So
now, Sean and I, we've known you forever. I mean, we all go back to 4th grade or earlier.
Right.
So I mean,
Yeah,
we've watched you. We've watched you go through this process, man, and maybe we weren't as helpful or as supportive during the times when you needed people as we could have been, but
no worries.
We've definitely been here on the back half of this thing, and we're proud of you, dog.
Sure.
We're happy to see where you come from.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
I've got a question. It's kind of an interesting one. You know how...
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times you go through... excuse me. A lot of times you go through something difficult in life, and you look back and you're like, you know what? That actually made me a better person and made me who I am today. Is that something you would say about what you went through, or is that like, heck no, dude, if I could go back in time, I would I would not do that again.
That's a very good question, and
Wait, just for me to, before you get started, for me
You
to clarify.
approve?
I do,
So,
but
yeah.
also, but for me to clarify, like, are you asking, like, was it necessary for him to go through this to experience, I guess, like, being proud of himself, however you want to describe that? Are you saying was this a necessary part of his life? Is that what you mean?
Just if he could go back and do it again, would he not change the past because it has made him who he is today, or would he, if he could go back in time,
Are you following that?
say no?
yes, no, I'm definitely following
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
You speak English?
yes, I do.
Thank God.
Poorly is what
I
a
think
lot of
you're doing
people
great.
around me say.
I think
but
you're doing wonderful.
I make up words.
You're from
sometimes.
Romania, right?
No, Bulgaria.
Oh,
Yeah, close, but
Israel.
no, not quite. Anyways, what were we? Keep me on track here.
Yeah. So if you could do it again, would
Yes.
you?
Okay.
Short version.
There are times that I feel like, man, if I had never started doing these drugs, there are a lot of problems in my life that would never have occurred, and a lot of difficulties, a lot of heartache for my family. Like the things I regret most are what I've done to my family, not necessarily to myself. Those are the things that I wish I could take back. But on the other hand, I've learned some things. These experiences have taught me how to deal with pretty serious, pretty heavy moments in my life in a mature way. I mean, I've done both sides of it. I've dealt with it immaturely, and I've dealt with it maturely now. And I've made mistakes, and I've paid for them. I understand consequences better. I feel like if I was ever going to get in trouble, I'm glad it was
When you did.
when I did. I'm glad I could learn these lessons as a young man rather than later in life when consequences could be much greater and affect like my children or something like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's all. It's hard to give you a straight answer on would I do it again,
Yeah.
because there are so many things that I don't want to experience again. That's for sure.
Right.
And a lot of things I regret saying or doing, but
Oh man, that gives me a lot of questions.
but I do believe
It's a hard
that
one,
everybody
for
has their
sure.
own struggle. So
So with that being said, what do you think was, if you could pinpoint something, what was the worst part of all of it? What did you, I guess, regret the most, or hate the most, or wish you could take back? Because all those things mean the same thing, but sometimes you have to say it 3 different ways.
well, there's a few things specifically that I said to my parents one night that will haunt me for the rest of my days, that are a little too personal to share on air.
Right.
But they were hateful, and they were words designed to cut us deep and just cut to the core of their parental love and unconditional love for me, and I just freaking attacked it with complete malice because I was angry and I was intoxicated, and I felt cornered. I was already caught. I was in trouble, and so I let loose and I hurt some feelings. And man, if I could, that's what I regret the most.
100%.
Specific instances, but so yeah, that's
Yeah, I second that. I wasn't even there, but I could feel that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's deep, bro. Because that's like a parent's love is like, I don't know that yet, but I can imagine that it's one of the most incredible levels of love that there is. So, yeah, dude, I feel that.
It's an instinct. One of humans' most basic instincts is child rearing and wanting to raise a family. And regardless of what culture says today, like that's a good thing. It's not toxic to raise just a normal Christian family around Christian values. And
Do you think
traditional ones.
Do you think it's kind of crazy how we just like feel stuff? Does that make sense? Like we just get these impulses to do things or feel in a certain way. You know, just be open minded with me for a second.
Give me an example.
So like you look
here.
okay. All of you can relate to this. You look at a beautiful girl and you just start feeling some type of way. You know what I mean? And you can't describe it. Why? Like how weird is that we do that? That we can't just stay like focused or like the things like that grab our attention.
You can't look and not notice it.
Yeah. But like so
you can't take it in simply as information, but you take it in as maybe you find interest in it, you know?
definitely.
Like rather than just registering.
Or like I guess how each person is different. So like if you
Recognize
like maybe if you like back when you were doing drugs and stuff, you were like super interested in things like that. That's what you you would look at those and maybe have like a craving or something.
Right.
But like whereas for me, I look at peanut butter pie and that's I start getting a craving.
Yeah.
Right. But the difference is like that's not illegal.
Right.
Yet maybe one day.
Hey dude, you never know the way things are going.
So, you know. You know what I mean?
I guess so.
Like
Are you
how weird is
talking
that?
like on the emotional level? Like I'll be freaking 100% confident, and then some little thing happens, and then I'm just shaking. Like
yeah, that's what I mean. Like how like off balance emotions are really, and just feelings and cravings and wants, and just like how weird I guess humans are for things like that.
I definitely agree. And honestly, since I've been working out, I tried taking creatine, and I think it's affected my.
I've definitely noticed you being a lot more aggressive.
A lot more aggressive.
Yeah.
Just more
Yeah.
mean. I've kind of been rude. to
Definitely.
people, and not
Threatening people that aren't there.
Whoa,
which is crazy.
whoa! He's making stuff up.
Yeah, dude.
He's making stuff up. No, but just being more aggressive and being rude, and not intentionally. I'm just, I guess, been in a perpetual bad mood lately, and so I will not recommend that to anybody. That's for sure.
Man, maybe you gotta poop. Have you ever tried that?
Dude, that was seriously my second tier of.
What was the
first? It was the creatine.
Oh.
Duh.
Oh, right.
And then the third.
Yeah, I forgot we just
The
talked about
third
that.
was maybe the shoe leather polish that I keep in my closet. It's really strong. And I read on the internet that like some 13% of Americans suffer from shoe polish constipation.
Had no idea. So you eat that?
No, it's so strong you smell it.
Oh.
And it does it to you. Stops you right up.
Crazy.
So,
That's whack, dude.
Yeah.
maybe you ought to get rid of that.
Yeah.
I'd say that's a study by Dr.
Doofenshmirtz?
Doofenshmirtz at Evil Incorporated, and coordinated with the University of Michigan as well.
Definitely. Shout out to that guy. Wow.
Man.
I learned a lot. I had more questions for you, but I forgot them. But Sean remembers them.
Okay, Sean?
I do not. I do not at the moment. However,
Yes.
Thanksgiving break is here.
Is it?
Thanksgiving is coming.
I had a Friendsgiving this past weekend. It was beautiful.
Was it?
Yeah.
Did you
That's
enjoy
why.
it?
Favorite dish, hurry. 5 seconds.
Peanut butter pie. Peanut butter pie. Peanut butter pie. Peanut butter pie. Peanut butter pie.
Didn't
Peanut butter
even
pie.
need 5 seconds.
No, dude. I've been eating on it all day.
Alright, sorry, Sean. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Man, I just want to know kind of what you got going on. What your plans were.
Well, let me.
Not drugs.
Not drugs. Let me tell you
There
that.
you go.
That's what won't be done over Thanksgiving break. Ask me years ago, then it'd be a very different answer. But
Every day.
I'm planning on working on building a fence for my dogs because the sneaky bastards keep getting out at night.
We're doing that over the break. Oh man, I think I'm busy. All of a sudden.
Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna be sick that day.
Yeah, I'll be out of town or something.
Yeah, well, we got to build a fence because when I let my dogs out at night, I don't like standing out in the cold.
You don't say.
My underwear and watching them, and if they run off, I don't like having to go run barefoot in the cold.
Man.
And 3 a.m. the other night, I had to go chase them down, walking through people's yards.
Nice, dude.
You know, open their trash cans, get in their cars and stuff. Wait, no, never mind. No.
Oh man, that brought
Looking
me
in their
back-
windows.
Back to a memory.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, same here.
Again,
You could establish a reputation
conversation.
right here.
Conversation for another time.
Okay. All right. Good deal. So,
Yeah, building the
this
fence.
week, Gotta build that fence, right?
That's it seems like.
I'll also be working for Mom. I'm working for Mom at her mortgage loan office.
Okay.
And she is doing a Thanksgiving pie sale. It's a fundraiser for
Will there be
Habitat.
butter pie?
Yes.
Will they be expensive?
I don't know. What do you consider expensive?
Anything over $10.
I think they're $10 exactly,
Oh,
but don't
dude.
quote me on that.
We'll
but
go get
For a whole pie, though?
for a peanut butter pie.
That's-
But have you had
their fire pies?
have you had one of her peanut butter
I
pies
have
though?
not.
Oh, you haven't.
I don't
think so.
Buddy.
Now,
Plenty of lasagna.
for everybody
Don't get me
who
wrong.
doesn't know, Sean lived with me and Eric for a little bit, and this dude.
I don't know either one of these people.
This dude could eat
Where am I?
as much food as you put in front of him. Anything you put in the fridge, he's gonna eat it, whether it's his or not.
Especially chili, but I just heard that because I don't know these people.
But anyways, he will eat it. So I have no doubt that you have had my mom's peanut butter pie.
Would you compare?
See, now the thing is, though, when you get pie at the house that
Yeah.
you really like, it's off limits to everybody.
That's true. This is true.
So,
You have said that.
Yeah.
that being
Why wouldn't it
said,
be?
So yeah, with that being said, is her pie comparable to crack or something of similar nature? Would you compare that? Could you get addicted to that? Dude, I had a question about addictive personalities. Let's visit that here in a second.
okay.
Hey.
But no.
Everybody, this is the mascot. This
Mom,
is
I
Haven.
love you, but your pies are not crack worthy. Which I haven't even done crack, so don't. But no, they're not like
Oh, you
crack.
didn't?
No,
Bro, I do.
not to any law enforcement agencies. I didn't.
Dude, I do crack every day. Crack that cold one.
Might want to check
You heard
that
me?
out.
I heard.
All right, what's next?
Okay, so I had a question about addictive personalities. Do you think that's a thing? Do you think
Yeah.
some people are born with an addictive personality? Because I've heard it go both ways.
100%.
I've heard people argue that there's no such thing, and then I've heard people argue that there's definitely people with addictive personalities.
Well,
Well, I wanted you to weigh in as somebody who considers himself a recovering addict.
I will say that addiction is genetic. Okay, so just
Okay.
like alcoholism, it likes to skip a generation.
Okay.
It doesn't always, but it likes to. Addiction is the same thing.
Interesting.
It's, alcoholism is just addiction to alcohol, and so addictions with other drugs work in similar ways. Not exactly the same because they're all different drugs and they affect the body differently and stuff like that. But
So you think? I've heard somebody once say that everybody is susceptible to an addiction. It's just different people are more likely to get addicted to different things.
Yeah, I mean-
you following that?
yeah, I don't know if everybody is susceptible to addiction. I mean, surely there's something for everybody that they could do a lot.
Yeah.
But,
But do you
that also requires a hard definition for addiction, and nobody's been able to draw. Well, not nobody. It's not like I'm reading medical journals lately, but not many people having this discussion can draw that hard line of what addiction is. And so, can you get hardcore addicted to pottery making? Or, caffeine? Yeah, you
Yeah.
get addicted to caffeine. You get dependent on it. And I think sometimes people use dependent and addiction as synonymous, and I don't know if that's right or not. But
I once heard actually Sean say one time that I feel like addictions are more like a substance, like you get
Yeah.
addicted to a substance, but you can become obsessive to an activity, Do you think that's,
that sounds...
do you think that that fits pretty good?
I'm more likely to be obsessive over, like, a video game, or like I go through phases of time periods in history that I like to read about and stuff.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna say obsessed by any means, but you know what I mean. In that same like toned down
Yeah.
regard, I get obsessed with these time periods rather than addicted to painkillers.
Okay. Do you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I've noticed some people are like freaking ping pong balls in the fact that they're for a couple weeks are hardcore into this, and a couple weeks are hardcore into this, and then it's always changing.
Right.
And then you've got some people who are just long term. They're really into this one thing or this one or two things. So, is that like an actual deal? Like as far as scientifics?
Scientifics,
goes?
I don't know, dude. But
You're not a scientist?
No, see that people mistake me for one all the time. I'm walking down the street, they're like doctor,
Bro,
like, no.
Okay, I swear this was a scientist when we looked this guy up.
Yeah.
Somebody told me
that's
it was.
why I'm here. Y'all
Yeah.
jokes on you
I mean,
guys.
that's why we're asking you all these questions.
Yeah, I had no
So-
idea, dude. We thought you were gonna teach us something.
Not a doctor, bro. Just a drug addict, bro.
Oh, so
you're just in recovery.
You're just a dude,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, I'm just a
Okay.
dude who's
Oh,
trying to
crazy.
stay off of
Whoa.
drugs, not experiment with them.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Well, in that case, do you think that people who are obsessed over certain things and people who are addicted to certain things, do you think they're in the same boat? Like, do you think people who obsess over working out can also become addicted to,
yes,
cocaine
yes,
or
yes,
marijuana or
okay,
something?
okay.
Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
I
Are
get
you
what you're
following
saying.
the
I
question?
get what you're saying. Can people who get addicted to substances easily also be susceptible to getting addicted to activities easily?
Or being obsessive over.
Or being
something,
activities, like being obsessive
Right, right,
over
right.
activities.
Yeah.
So I have an
Like playing
addictive
in the
personality,
sandbox.
super addictive personality. I know that. I'm very aware.
Okay.
So that way with drugs, when I would find one I liked, I hit it hard.
Okay.
I did as much as I could every day because I liked it, and if I liked it, why wouldn't I be doing it?
Right.
And so
I've heard moderations for cowards. I have heard somebody say that.
probably me, man. But anyways, and now in this stage of my life where I'm no longer doing all of that stuff, I'm working out, and I take that seriously. I've
noticed that.
You,
Absolutely true.
yeah, I live with Eric,
Yeah.
and he's probably noticed I've been to the gym like.
Yeah, he lives with me.
I've been to the gym like I've been going twice a day. Actually most of the.
Yeah. Twice a day, even sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I said. Twice a day, almost every day.
And I catch him flexing in the mirror a lot, which I find weird.
No, he does not catch me doing that.
Really
guys.
weird.
That
One
stuff.
of those, huh?
No, I'm not.
Oh, dude, there's a mirror on
You
every
two
wall in
are.
our house.
You just hot
I don't
loogies
know.
while you do it.
Hey, somebody's got to.
Yeah.
You just try to grow your neck.
There's got to be that guy out there.
All right.
Crazy stuff, man.
That being said, we're gonna go to break, and we'll be right back.
Halftime. Cough. Clear our throats. Dun, dun, dun. Welcome back to the 870 Talk Show. This is our guest, Carter Shelton. While he was flexing in the mirror, Sean and I decided we wanted to try a new segment called This or That.
This or that?
The rules for this or that, we ask you this or we ask you that, and you pick one and then tell us why. So first question, Sean.
Carpet or hardwood floors?
Easy one.
Easy. Carpet, because I've got dogs. And every time they freaking go anywhere in the house, all I hear is
That was really good.
and I hate it.
That's your
And
only reason?
carpet, whoa, I'm not done.
Alright.
And I'm a cold-natured person, alright? My feet get cold, my hands get cold, I might have bad circulation, I don't know. But that's in the cold hard facts. And the cold tile, especially during the winter, gets my nipples hard enough to cut glass, I'll tell you what. So, give me some carpet, please.
Okay.
I mean, we don't have any, but if we did, we would give you some.
We'll look into it though. We'll try to see what we can.
We'll see if we can
come
come
up
on the
for
show
you.
next time.
Alright.
Carpet for everybody.
Send you a little thank you box full of carpet or something.
What do you think? Carpet or tile?
Well,
Hardwood
the
floor.
question actually was carpet or hardwood floor.
That's my mistake.
But definitely hardwood floor. I think it looks a lot better. And I'm kind of a warm-natured person, so and it's also easier to clean. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Spills. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Just wipe them right up, son.
In this
So-
in this hypothetical, now, I agree with you that hardwood floors look better. So it depends if I could do heated floors like I got my parents.
That's fancy stuff.
Okay.
Then I would.
Now
do
we're
that.
talking.
But let's pretend that we just got out of college. Oh, wait, we did. So we don't have that option.
pretty much.
I still am having a hard time looking at carpet, dude. That stuff gets gross.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm
You
changing
get that
it.
little
I'm
short,
changing it
shaggy
to hardwood,
stuff.
hardwood floors, and I'm just gonna put down some rugs and stuff. So
Man, I'm right there with y'all. I ain't big on carpet. I
Next.
grew up with carpet my whole life. Hardwood floors all day, baby. Shout out to hardwood.
There you go.
Alright, I'll tell you what though. Would you rather fly or road trip?
Fly or what?
Would you like a napkin?
yes,
Fly or road trip?
Fly or road trip?
Yeah. You're going somewhere,
Okay.
vacation, there's a destination in mind. Maybe you know where it is, maybe you don't. Are you flying there? You're driving.
Gotcha.
Now, obviously, if it's over the water, right, but we're talking about here in the States.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Did he just leave?
I guess we just do whatever we want around here.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. If I would have left this apple juice on your table, you would have been like, "Hey man, stop disrespecting my stuff. Hey, well, I need you to stop making messes."
Next time
But
we'll
here
get-
I am getting up,
I
going to do
appreciate
that.
that. Next time we'll get the maid on that. How about that? Do you need this still?
You're right.
You
You got a
good?
pledge for that. I'm good.
You cool?
I'm cool.
Okay. Did you hear the question? You want me to ask again?
Ask again, please.
Okay, you're going on a road trip. No, maybe you're not going on a road trip. You have a destination in mind. You're traveling. You flying there or you driving? And we're not talking about overseas. Obviously, here in the States, that way it's comparable.
Too vague. Who am I going with?
It doesn't. No. That's not the question. It doesn't matter. Like, what is your preferred method of getting somewhere? Would you
Or you
rather
could
fly?
say solo, right? Because that would narrow it down to
It really,
just your
it really
preference.
does.
on
Those things that you said doesn't matter. Do matter. Like if
Okay, you're going
people
by
are
yourself.
coming with me, then I'd rather drive and have a road trip. If people aren't, then I'd rather get there.
Well, you could have just said that, because then now that's just really the way you kind of answer the question. You could have answered it with a depends answer. Depends on.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay. Your
If,
turn.
okay.
What do you want to
This
answer?
one, no, I'm good.
Okay. Oh, so you prefer to just teleport?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
I forgot.
Yeah. So this one's going a little bit off the
Off
beaten
the track,
trail,
off the
so,
track.
I like
so
it.
to speak. If you had to eat a teaspoon full of ants or
Okay.
a teaspoon full of ladybugs,
Oh wow.
what would you choose?
Ants, ladybugs are juicy and smellier because there's been a lot of ladybugs in my truck because I went up to the cabin and for some weird reason there's a million of them up there and they get up in my door and they start gathering and breeding and just
Yeah.
getting all big hives in my door and I gotta sweep them out and stuff.
Bro, that's Arkansas problem.
That's
for real.
Arkansas, man.
Yeah, I think I'd rather go ants,
Them old
honestly, myself.
ladybugs.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be easier to choke down for some reason
And
than
ants
ladybugs.
have incredible strength proportional to their bodies, and so I feel like maybe if I eat a bunch of ants,
Oh, did you
I
learn
can-
that in second
I
grade
can
too?
absorb.
Is that also where you got that information? Do you remember that? Remember in second grade when we learned that?
You remember in second grade when you still had a neck? Anyways, if I ate a bunch of ants, maybe I'd get strong. That's
Yeah.
my point before you had to go and get yourself embarrassed, boy.
Yeah, I feel like with the ladybugs, it'd be all kinds of wings and stuff. It'd be
Crunching
mashing around in your teeth and stuff. It'd be, that would not be ideal.
Depends on the ants too.
Dope.
All right, Eric, next one.
Okay, would you rather have the wings of an eagle or the gills of a shark? Ooh. And I already know what I'd like. Okay, but I'm not going to tell you because it's
So-
my turn.
With either scenario, you can either fly, correct, or breathe underwater.
Right, depending
Right,
on which
okay.
one you have. Right?
You're not
So-
just some dude who's got wings that aren't proportional to his body or anything.
Yeah, no. These are fully functional.
Just some like little. What was that bird that went dodo bird? Don't serve a damn purpose. They're just like. Walking around like, what's wrong with
Dude,
that
I can
dude?
honestly, I can think of 3 people right now that remind me of a dodo bird. So,
Name them.
nope.
I almost got you.
Okay. So my answer?
Yep.
Carter.
Okay,
I am.
no, either one.
Because I forgot the answer.
Okay.
I mean the question. Go.
So the wings of an eagle or the
Oh, yeah.
gills of a shark? Dude, I don't know. That's tough. Because if you can fly, you can go anywhere you want.
Which
on
eagles
land.
are cool anyway. So, but you know, so are sharks.
Yeah. I think though that it would be a little socially, like you'd be under such scrutiny if you had the freaking wings, right? You'd be going to labs all the time and it'd be ridiculous and you'd be this one guy who has wings and nobody else does. If you have gills though,
You thought that very deeply.
yeah, if you have gills though, you can like wear collared shirts and hoodies and cover it up.
I didn't think of that.
And then you could just freaking go talk to Nemo, you know, whenever you had the hankering for it.
Right.
You think you'd be able to have those gills your whole life?
If you wanted
Living a
to.
double life, Sean.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
What would you do, Captain America?
You see, I'd take the wings because I look at sharks. They're a little more vulnerable. I think maybe they can't swim backwards. Maybe I made that up. I don't know.
Oh, dude, if I was a shark, I would swim backwards.
I
just
think
for
maybe
fun.
they can't sleep. Maybe I made that up too.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Are you even real? Or are you,
Also,
or are you made up?
they lose their teeth a lot. I ain't about that.
Well, we're not talking about teeth.
They grow them back though. Like nobody said you had to be.
Nobody
Hey,
said
hey,
you were a freaking
Hey,
shark.
no,
man.
I don't make the rules, ladies. All right, chill.
Okay.
And whereas eagles, now that you put it that way, that was not the question. So I'll take the wings.
Okay, wings for this guy, please. Can we get wings?
I was defending the animals. I realize now.
Yeah. Yeah, we got off track there. Well, I guess just to wrap things up, I would definitely go gills, just because I think sharks are. I mean, eagles are cool, but sharks are way cooler.
Okay.
And being able to swim and breathe underwater.
Mm-hmm.
You come down that surface, I'm scooping your ass up or scooping your butt up, and go out of there.
You gotta catch me first. What do you think?
I've already answered the question.
Good.
Nice try.
Good.
Oh, true.
Um,
I forgot you lived here.
yeah. However, we can move on to the next one,
Okay.
which was I had it.
I don't know.
Where was it? Where'd it go? Where is it? Gosh, it was good too.
Football or baseball?
Football. Watching baseball is like watching paint dry. You're gonna lose some followers over this, but this ain't my show. I
Fair
hate
enough.
baseball.
I played football, so I have to choose football. It's just it's in my nature.
Yeah.
You may feel differently.
Betting
Did you play
on
baseball for
football
a
is
little
more
bit?
fun.
I did play baseball. Interesting story behind it. Actually, it's not that interesting. I'm gonna tell it anyway.
I do.
All right, yeah.
I know it
Come
wasn't.
on, bring it on.
So basically, I was playing Pee Wee or whatever, daggone baseball, and
Daggone, boy.
so I started out in the outfield like every guy who doesn't know what he's doing. They just throw him out there playing outfield, and my team we started losing games and it started going downhill, and then guys started quitting the team, right? And so
Mutiny.
Tragic.
then I hate y'all, by the way. Anyways,
Dude, I love you.
so our team gets down to like 4 or 5 guys, and we ended up being so bad that we have to get guys from the other team to play on our team just so we can play games. I'm not
worries,
joking. And I go from playing outfield to like first base to like pitcher by the end of the season.
Whoa.
So there it was. And
So that's why you choose
now
baseball?
we definitely lost
Or you would rather play football or baseball?
football for sure.
You want one of these?
No,
Okay. You want one?
I'm good.
No, you gay.
Okay, here's the last or the question that I lost but found.
We call it the last one and move on.
Okay, sounds good. If you had to make up a word,
I don't know.
if you had to make up a word,
Okay.
what would that be?
Is this really a this or that, or is this just
It's
kind of a
not.
question?
It's different.
But that is good though. I like
Are
that.
you like? This would be easier if there's a meaning and you're like, make up a word for
Yeah.
what it means to be this.
Oh, dude, that's
Okay.
true. That's really good. Actually,
If you're just saying
That's
make up
one
a
way.
word, I could just make up some BS.
But then,
song
see-
and be like, oh,
Yeah.
this means.
Right. Well, you could make up the word and then define the meaning to the word, so it could be completely your own. Either way
Okay.
is fine.
Okay.
start us off, dude. I don't even know where to start.
Start us
Something
off?
like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Does he?
I heard it.
Okay.
I heard you, Sean.
Well, hey, start us off, buddy.
Start us off. All right.
This could be
Gosh,
a,
this
this could be a dry segment of the. Of
Yeah,
the
Be
well,
thinking
podcast
on something
here.
else
We're
in
gonna
case.
get in a rut for sure.
Yep.
Right here.
Okay. Be thinking on something else. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. I don't like that.
You don't? Okay.
Okay.
Are you guys gonna duck hunt? That's coming up, or maybe that'll restart.
Probably not.
Well, I'll tell you what.
You're wearing a is that Bandit or Drake? I don't know the brands.
Dude, this is gonna be embarrassing, but I don't know what this
It's
is.
got a duck on it.
It is either Bandit or Drake.
Yeah. So I just,
No, Bandit is a B. It's Drake. I'll take it back. I knew that the whole time.
Okay. Testing us.
Anyways,
But are you gonna
yes.
duck hunt? I just thought maybe since you're wearing that
Well, you see,
of that community.
we don't have any land to duck hunt on, and
That's a
if you
problem.
don't have any land, then you can't hunt on it.
This is true.
Now there's public land.
I've heard that.
And my good friend Jake Smith and his buddies, they're pretty wild now. They like to do some of that. Well, I don't want to rat them out. They don't boat race per se, but they get to going pretty fast. Why am I using that accent? I don't know, dude. But
Continue.
yeah,
Hey, do you, man? We're here to to learn.
So they go duck hunting, and so when I do get to go, it's usually with them, and I have to sit there and hold on for dear life when Jake drives, because he is pretty ballsy behind the motor there.
Define ballsy.
Define ballsy. Well, so I'm just sitting up at the front. I'm already like squatted down because
And probably really cold.
and really, really cold. But I'm like, I'm not even squatted. I'm on hands and knees and just barely peeking my head up to see where we're
Oh,
going.
dude, you're spread eagle.
And then I'm like putting my head back down because it's cold.
Or
and
spread mallard.
Yes. Yeah, and then I poke my head back up, and we are headed directly for a tree, dude. I mean, we are feet from this thing, and I'm just like, okay, and I put my head back down because I know we're about to slam into it. I'm about to break my neck and die instantly, and it's all over. And this ballsy dude just sends us whipping around that thing. And dude, my heart has never been beating so fast.
Wow, I felt that. I
swear.
was in that boat just now.
Oh my gosh.
So you're not going to duck hunt,
Ballsy,
Sean?
dude.
No, my family doesn't own any land as far as duck hunting stuff goes. I will, however, here in the spring.
Yeah.
you know,
Date a boy.
Date a boy.
Bro. That caught me all the way off guard, and that was really funny. I'm sorry.
We'll just end it right there. That's the end of it.
No duck
I'm
hunting.
just kidding. But I was gonna say just start putting some freaking decoys
Yeah.
out and going turkey hunting.
I'll see if you can catch a turkey.
Yeah.
It's a good time for that.
Yes, sir.
Did you remember that time that we almost got killed by a bunch of hogs? Walking through the woods at like 1 in the morning?
Yes,
That's crazy, bro.
That was.
I remember that. And you know, I didn't realize this until we got to the cabin, but you had handed me a 410 shotgun, dude.
Is that all you had?
Yeah, you handed me a 410, bro. Like literally the smallest, like
Yeah.
practice shotgun, and we're going up against an army of hogs.
Yeah.
And you had a what? Bow and arrow.
Recurve.
I feel like I had
Yes,
very
recurve.
good reasons for the setup.
What's your?
I don't remember them right off the bat, but that was a good time.
Well, I thought for sure, dude, if these hogs charge us, we are dead.
Yeah.
And I can pump a shotgun as fast as the next guy, but a 410, dude,
How fast
Right.
does the next guy pump it?
bro. You seen that guy?
Yeah, you're right. He can pump it. He can pump it all over.
So anyway.
Would you like to recreate that story real quick?
Okay, so we're walking through the woods, right? It's 1 in the morning. We're Big Flat. Is that where we were?
Yeah.
At the
Big
cabin?
Flat, Arkansas.
Which, for those of you that don't know where that is, it's nowhere. Just go. Okay, pretend you're on a video game, right? And you're looking at the map on the video game, and you know that gray area that's outside of the map. Big Flat's in that somewhere.
Yeah.
So we're going there. We're there. We're in the middle of the woods, and I think 3 people live in this community. And one of them has a bunch of sheep, and I can't understand a word he says. And he was
Pretty accurate.
He was a really nice man, though. But we're in the truck. We're driving to the woods. We get there. We park at the front of the woods, and we start walking back towards the cabin and the deer stands. It's a pretty long trail, and I think I have a crossbow, or maybe the crossbow's already at the cabin.
Yeah. Bow season at this point.
Yeah, it's bow season, dead middle of winter. I think it's like January or something. Snow on the ground,
Yeah.
ice in the veins.
The bluff.
Yeah.
Past the road a little post season.
Definitely, yeah. Like the deer themselves are trying to wind down. They're getting annoyed with guys like us. You know?
Yeah.
Definitely. And so we're walking through the woods, right? And we hear, just imagine like 1,000, like the sound of 1,000 children running through leaves. and then maybe like some squealing and stuff because it's hogs, and that's the best way I would be able to describe it.
Yeah.
But that's what we hear, and it's like coming straight towards us, dude.
Bro, I myself have heard the sound of 1,000 children. Right?
Bro, it's
and it is astonishing.
it's next
It
level
sounds like
stuff.
a horror movie, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, it was
The style
scary.
of a horror
It
movie.
was scary. I was not. I wasn't comfortable. We'll say that much, dude. We're decked out in camo and cold
Yeah.
gear.
I mean, those things are mean, though.
Yeah,
Those
we're marching
straight
through the woods. I swear
run you over.
it sounded like 50 plus hogs. I mean, there were so many in that herd, dude. And all we had was a recurve, bow and arrow, or maybe you had a compound. I don't know.
It was a compound.
Yeah, and you know, a 410 shotgun. I think is what I said earlier, and maybe like 4 shells.
Yeah.
So we're about as good as dead if these hogs decide to charge us.
in a messenger pigeon, right?
Yeah, or I think it was a raven.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was good that we had that.
Yeah.
And long story short, we made it through the woods. No hogs ate us, and we hung out in the cabin for a little bit, and then sat in the deer stand and just. I think we scoped out some deer for the morning, and here we are at the 870 talk show podcast extravaganza here in Yarberry Studios. Shout out Yarberry Studios.
Yes, sir. I think I've run into more wildlife with this guy than any other person, or just hunting on my own. And we have yet to kill anything.
Oh, dude, do you remember some of that wildlife that we ran into in Memphis on Beale Street, dude?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Maybe that was somebody else.
No.
No, that was with Ty Gates.
No.
Different story.
Okay.
Different story. We'll save that for another time.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that one.
Let's get one more this or that, and then
Okay, I'll do another this or that.
we'll crank it down.
Do you got one or you want me to do it?
If you got one, shoot it.
Okay.
Send it.
So, if you could be a giant or if you could be really, really small, which one would you be?
Very easily a giant.
Can we return to normal size?
Yes.
Okay, so on command we can go
Yep.
or shrink it down.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm talking microscopic, like as big as this Tootsie Roll, which isn't microscopic, but that's an example.
Yeah.
Or giant as in like way taller than this house.
Gotcha.
Like the Hulk or something. But I don't actually know how tall he is.
I would like to see a poll of how many people would actually choose the shorter one. I don't know why
Yeah.
anybody would choose that.
Dude, I mean, speaking as a short person, we can fit a lot of places. So if I could be even smaller than I already
How
am, I could fit
often-
even more small places.
How often does that skill come up though? I'm not like downgrading short people. I'm just saying like, if you claim that as a skill,
Dude,
how
I have-
often
I
have you
have-
had to excel?
I have-
Like,
I have-
oh hell yeah! I'm glad this is me right now.
I have no
folding in.
I have no trouble
Oh,
I have no trouble fitting in doorways. I have no trouble buying clothing. I have no trouble being attractive to women, and I have no trouble being
Forgetting what you're saying. For
yeah
damn
being
sure.
being taller than most people. So
So
what
Carter,
you doing?
your answer was to get big, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I could reach
Which-
things.
which you'll never
I could,
do.
I could rescue cats out of trees, and then I could
Yep.
throw them as hard as I could somewhere else because I don't like cats.
Would that be the
Okay.
first thing on your agenda?
No, my first thing on the agenda would probably be
To dunk a basketball.
no. Well, how tall are we talking?
I mean, we're way taller than a basketball goal.
Okay, so then that sounds pretty boring, doesn't it, Eric?
It's just something I always
I'd
wanted
say
to do. You know.
I'd probably go and I'd go to the airport and wait for the helicopter, for the hospital, helicopter to take off and then like grab it and see their face of surprise.
And then somebody be
Something
dying
crazy.
because they need them to be there.
I mean,
And
dude,
you're holding them up.
it'd be a cool prank though.
No, I see how you are. I thought I trusted you, dude.
Yeah.
What would you pick? I don't want to talk to this guy anymore. Do you remember the question?
Probably
Yeah,
yeah, tall
yeah.
so he could look in dudes' windows.
Yeah. No. Man, honestly, if I could be freaking big, then I'd just like do all kinds of crazy stuff. Like, see if I could throw a football like to freaking Europe from
Oh, that'd be
here
cool.
or something.
You
You know
have
what I
to
mean?
launch a football.
Yeah, dude.
We're like,
Or run a marathon
Or like step over the
Run a
Grand
marathon.
Canyon
Oh yeah,
or something. That'd be cool.
Whoa, that's really
or
tall.
like
Yeah, that is really tall. That's too tall.
That's like
Yeah, that's next level
stratosphere
jump.
tall.
I don't know. You could do lots of good stuff.
Like the biggest cannonball.
Shout out Reed Yarberry. That was him in the background. And
Biggest cannonball.
biggest
ever.
cannonball. There you go. Well, Carter, hey, thanks so much for coming on the show. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having
You
me,
had a good
guys.
time?
Thanks
You
for
got to tell a
having
little bit about your story, your
me.
testimony. You feel better?
Yeah, I
I
feel
feel like you
good.
finally got to tell about yourself a little bit. Yeah.
I feel like I got to open up a little bit.
So
Hopefully for anybody who can relate in any way. I mean, I know I
definitely.
was all over the place tonight.
course.
That's the way I always am.
I
I
mean,
these guys.
that's your style. So
I
we like
don't
it.
really follow a structure when I'm telling stories or anything like that.
or
but
with anything in life.
anything in life.
Yeah.
And so hopefully somebody can relate and just know that it can get better. So
Yes, sir. That's a wrap.
As a final message, though, before we wrap it up, what would you tell young Carter if you could go back in time and talk to him?
I might tell them to stay away from them drugs now. Yeah.
You think that'd be the advice?
I mean,
So
dude,
what you're saying
I might
is you
be-
wouldn't recommend it.
I might still be running at like a competitive level. I might have gone to college to run, or I may not have ran, or just done better in college. The job opportunities, whatnot. But then again, there's some lessons I may not have learned. It's hard to tell, bro. But
Then again, it goes back to it could have been a
honestly,
necessary.
no.
It could have been a necessary.
If you want a hard answer, I'll just say to seek God earlier than I did. I wish I would have done this.
Amen.
I wish I would have done this earlier.
I think we all could benefit from that.
Could have
advice.
saved me some trouble that way. For
sure.
That's probably what I'd tell myself, my younger self.
Nice.